مشاهدينا، نحن وياكم بعدنا مستمرين بالتغطية المباشرة لمعرض الجامعات الأسترالية، المعرض الافتراضي أونلاين يلي بتنظمه شركة آيجك الرائدة بهذا المجال، بمجال خدمة الطلاب على المستوى الجامعي. شركة آيجك اللي اليوم حطت بين إيدينا نخبة الجامعات الأسترالية بمعرض أونلاين، التسجيل فيه مجاني، لقاء مندوبين الجامعات الأسترالية مجاني. خلينا نستفيد من الفرصة نحن وياكم كمان نكمل جولتنا على الجامعات المشاركة معنا. اليوم قابلنا عدة جامعات أسترالية، طرحنا عليهم أسئلتكم بشكل مباشر، أخذنا منهم أهم الإجابات على كل الأسئلة اللي عم توردنا. كمان بدي أقول أنه نحن الأسئلة عم توردنا على صفحاتنا على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي، وكمان على أرقام مكاتب شركة آيجك الموجودة بالدول العربية. هي حاضرة كمان لحتى تتلقى اتصالاتكم وأسئلتكم. عم نحاول قد ما فينا انه نجاوب على اكبر عدد من هذه الاسئله، ان شاء الله نكون قدرنا نساعدكم ونلبيكم. طبعا نحن بنتمنى عليكم، بنفضل انه انتم بشكل مباشر تتواصلوا مع مندوبين الجامعه يلي هن اصلا موجودين هون لحتى يساعدوكم ويجاوبوا على اسئلتكم. خلينا مع بعض ننقل على جامعه جديده اليوم. بركن منفوت على بدايه صفحه شركه آيجك جلوبال، صفحتنا على الفيسبوك، ومنفوت على جامعة جديدة ننزل سوا لحتى نختار الجامعة. بنروح سوا على سيدني يونيفرسيتي، من أهم الجامعات الأسترالية. بنشوف إذا مندوب الجامعة موجود ليحكي معنا فيها على الصفحة كالعادة أهم المعلومات عن الجامعة. بنفوت على المحادثة المباشرة مع مندوب الجامعة، نشوف إذا هو فاضي نحكي سوا نحن وياه ونسأله بعض الأسئلة اللي بتهمكم. good. Hello sir. أكيد ما أنت مندوب الجامعة، أنت
Cedric?
محمد خطيب.
Yep.
أستاذ محمد خطيب.
I think he's
السلام عليكم.
low.
أستاذ محمد يعطيك العافية حبيبي. أستاذ محمد خطيب هو المدير الإقليمي لمكتب آيجك بالأردن، ضيفنا العزيز، ضيفنا الدائم يلي يسعدنا على طول انه نسمع صوته ونحكي نحن وياه.
حبيبي سامر، اهلا وسهلا فيك، تحياتي لك وللجميع، لكل لبنان الحبيب.
لك الله يعطيك العافيه، ونحن حقيقه بنتشكر مجهودك بالمعرض وخدمتك لطلابنا في الاردن. واضح جدا من الجامعات المشاركه انه عدد الطلاب الأردنيين اللي عم يلتحقوا بالجامعات الأسترالية ما شاء الله عدد مناسب جدا، فالله يعطيك العافية على مجهوداتك بخدمة هدول الطلاب وأهلهم ومساعدتهم للالتحاق بالجامعات الأسترالية.
الله يعافيك، شكرا لك.
أستاذ محمد، ضيفنا مندوب جامعة سيدني، شو اسمه لو سمحت؟
اسمه سيدريك. his name is Cedric.
Hello.
اوكي، خليني انا ابلش حديثي مع مستر سيدريك وارجع للاستاذ محمد كمان لناخذ منه معلومات اضافيه عن معرض آيجك الافتراضي الاول للجامعات الاستراليه. مستر سيدريك، how are you doing, brother? Mr. Cedric, how are you doing?
Good, Wissam. How are you?
I'm fine. It's always good to have you with us, sir. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
The information you are sharing with us.
Yes, well, today I'm here to represent the University of Sydney. We are based in Sydney on the east coast of Australia, and we are the oldest university in the country. We are really proud of this, Sandstone University, and we do offer a variety of programs, for example, engineering, computer science, law, science itself, medicine, business, architecture, etc. In terms of university, just to give you an overview of what we do and our current rankings. So we are number one in Australia for graduate employability, something we are very proud of. and fourth in
Very
the world
important.
at the same time.
Very important. What is the most wanted major or majors in Sydney University?
So it will vary. As I mentioned before, we do have a lot of faculties, but our business program, our MBA for postgraduate, our medicine program, dentistry, architecture, law, and they're all like very, very popular. And we do get many students from the Middle East.
So, what's the experience of these students from Middle East? How happy, satisfied are they in Australia in general, and in Sydney University? What are the offers that you help these students with, so they can feel actually in their home?
Yeah, well, definitely. Look, the university itself, as I mentioned before, I mean, besides our global rankings, we do offer a variety of majors and minors, over 42. We do have over 200 plus student societies and clubs, over 250 international partners. So if you wanted to do an exchange, for example, or study abroad overseas, it's possible. The experience from Middle Eastern students, what I've heard and what I've seen so far, I mean, look, the campus is really lively when we do open. We do have like a student association for the Middle East. They do celebrate Eid, they celebrate over celebrations, they eat together, they have events. They do feel really welcome because they have a sense of community, a sense of friendship and mateship at the university.
We are watching together with our viewers a video about the beautiful University of Sydney. And it's a mix actually between ancient buildings and the modern buildings and a very high-tech buildings. So let's tell our viewers more about the labs offered to the students of Sydney, the labs that they can work in and have all their trainings in.
Yeah, look, we do have access. We have like a variety of facilities on campus: the labs, the library, the career center, and we always try to innovate. Always try to give back to the students, so as to make sure that they are equipped with everything they need to complete their degree. In terms of, like, as I mentioned before, Sandstone University. So we're already all university, and the oldest in Australia. We do have our heritage buildings as well as our brand new buildings. In terms of labs, library, computer labs as well, we have like so much facilities which are in place to make sure that everyone from the Middle East, from Europe, from Australia, from Asia, have access to these facilities to be able to complete their studies.
Beautiful. You are a very prestigious university, and the graduates from Sydney University will find it very easy to find a job opportunity because you are very reputable all over the world. So, does Sydney University help their students in order to find a suitable job position?
Definitely. So the numbers talks itself. As I mentioned before, number one in Australia and fourth in the world for graduate employability. We do work with numerous partners to find suitable opportunities, might be co-curricular or in the curriculum, so something that you study and you get credit for it, which will complement your bachelor degree. For example, I'll just take for an example like engineering students, nursing students. We have like many organizations who want to partner with us because of this prestige, because of our reputation, and because of our alumni connection all over the world. We do have over 320,000 alumni all over the world, and we try our best to connect our new students to these alumni, to these companies, to make sure that not only we have the best and a really prestigious academic knowledge in the head, on their CV, but also outside the classroom. This is very important. And thanks for asking this question, Wisdom.
So the training starts even though they are still students in the university, and through your connections all over the world, you link your students with your connections, so they get the best offers.
Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. It's you. Every student will have to compete against their classmates, the people who studies with them. But we do have some opportunities who are here exclusively for the University of Sydney students. We try our best. We cannot guarantee you that you will get an internship or some employment, but the likeliness of you to get there are very, very high. We even have a careers and employability center on campus, and these staff, their main job is to help students with their CV, cover letter, their application to go in the outside world.
Did you take the decision about the next semester? Will it be online or a mixed program?
Yeah. So look, the next semester is fast approaching. It will be online for now. That's something we would love to welcome the new students on campus. Also, like some of the students, some students who are stranded overseas who studied with us in previous years. But unfortunately, that's something we cannot right now because the Australian borders are still closed. This is something outside our control. The government have imposed some strict rules for COVID-19 because we take these things really seriously. Health of students, health of staff, health of everyone in the community. But to answer to your question, yes, the semester 2, 2020 will be online. But we are hoping that next year, if the borders open and if we can, we will welcome back the students on campus.
Mr. Cedric, you are used to attend student fairs all over the world physically, and you travel abroad, right? So
yes,
as we all know that IJIC is organizing so many fairs through the years for Australian and New Zealand universities. But this is actually our first experience as an online virtual fair. Please tell us about your experience with our first virtual fair. How do you like it, and how much do you think that it's a good thing to do for both parties, for three parties actually, the student, the university, and the agency?
Oh, yes, definitely. Look, I would say, first of all, thank you for inviting the University of Sydney, and hats off to IJAC. IJAC has been our valued partner for a number of years now, and we trust IJAC across the Middle East, and also the officers in Australia and some parts of Africa as well. And my experience from the virtual fair has been good, very good. We've been able to interact with students from all over the world, majority from the Middle East, because we're focusing on recruiting students from the Middle East. And I feel that Mohammed and myself, we've been partnering well together, but also the whole IJAC team, the whole back and forth email, making sure that all the Zoom accounts are set up properly, to make sure of the timing, because also we do operate in a different time zone compared to the Middle East. At the moment, it is around 11 p.m. in Sydney, Australia. So the IJAC team was fantastic. They made sure that everyone was given the right communication, the right task, and the right account to use to make this event successful.
I have a question from one of IJIC's followers. He's asking, do you accept IELTS, TOEFL, and what's the score that you ask for?
Yeah, look, for the IELTS score, what I would recommend all the students is to go on Google and Google University of Sydney English tests, English scores requirements, because the IELTS scores or Pearson, for example, it varies. It varies from courses to courses. Some courses, it might be 6.5. Some courses might be 7.0. But what I can say, in the majority of courses that we offer, we do not accept anything below 6.0.
Okay, great. I have another question. Do you have chemistry studies in Sydney, Georgia?
Oh, yes. Look, and the University of Sydney, as I mentioned before, we do offer 100 plus majors, minors, and yes, chemistry is one of them.
Perfect. I have another question. Do you have physical education in Sydney?
We do have some courses in medicine for related to sports, and what I would recommend, like students who want to hear more about it, is come and talk to me, or you can also like Google UCIT sports, and you're gonna get all the courses relevant to their interests. Once they have done their research and once they know exactly what program they'd like to study, then they can send me an email or send my colleague Mohammed an email, and then we can get connected.
Beautiful. I have another question. A viewer is asking, do you think that coronavirus is under control now in Sydney?
In terms of like COVID-19 in Australia in general, we have been able to maintain a very, very good standard, and we've been able like to have less cases every single day. I think the Australian government and also companies, individuals in the community have been pretty proactive in trying to minimize contact with other people, minimize the damage, and that's something we're really proud of as a country. Unfortunately, like in some parts of Australia, because it's winter at the moment in Australia, we are still getting some cases, but in terms of like getting, it's reducing. It's reducing every day. East Sydney is very safe. People are walking around. People are managing their life as if COVID was not here, but still taking the required precautions to avoid contact and to avoid the spread.
Mr. Cedric, we wish you the best, and for Australia and all over the world to actually get done with this issue with the coronavirus. And please stay safe. We are very thankful for the time you gave us and the information you are giving to our students. We'll be back to you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Mizam. Like always a pleasure to work in partnership with the ACA team. And have a good day.
محمد خطيب.
حبيبي
استاذ محمد الله يعطيك العافيه، بعرف نهارك طويل والطلاب بحاجه لمساعدتك. حناخذ من وقتك شوي صغيره نحكي عن تجربه الطلاب الاردنيين بالجامعات الاستراليه. حطنا بالجو قديش الطلاب الاردنيين راغبين بالتسجيل بجامعات استراليا وقديش هن مبسوطين من التجربه.
حقيقة أستاذ سامر إنه يعني مشان أعطيك شوية تاريخ، إنه أستراليا يعني بالأردن من 2004 وبعد 2004 بلشت الجامعات الأسترالية تستقطب طلاب أردنيين، وبلش الاعتراف في التعليم العالي الأردني هون. ومن خلال خبرتنا مع يعني إرسال عدد كبير من الطلاب لجامعة سيدني بالأخص وعلى العموم بكل أستراليا، الطلاب الأردنيين اللي كانوا مبعوثين من الحكومة الأردنية ومن الجامعات الأردنية، والطلاب اللي كانوا سيلف فاندد على حسابهم الخاص ورجعوا الآن موجودين بالجامعات الأردنية عم بدرسوا، أثبتوا جدارتهم الأكاديمية. بالتالي أصبحت الآن كأستراليا خيار ثالث بعد كندا بالأول، أمريكا 2. الخيار الثالث أصبح هو ضمن رقم 3 للطلاب الأردنيين المبعوثين من الحكومة الأردنية، بحيث يحصل على قبول ماجستير أو دكتوراه ويرجع يخدم بلده 3 أضعاف مدة الابتعاث. احنا من خلالنا مشان أكون صادق معك إنه تقريبا بالأردن في حوالي 267 خريجين جامعات أستراليا ومن جامعة سيدني موجودين الآن بدرسوا بالجامعات الأردنية، وكلهم أثبتوا كفاءتهم وكلهم عملوا ريبيوتيشن للجامعات الأسترالية بحيث تستقطب أكبر عدد من الطلاب في المستقبل.
يا سلام. مكاتب ايجك بالاردن باداره الاستاذ محمد خطيب هي عم تساعد هدول الطلاب واهلهم على مستوى المعلومات اللازمه واختيار الاختصاص. قديش انتم بشركه ايجك بالاردن عم تشتغلوا على موضوع التوجيه المهني للطلاب؟ يعني مثل ما بنعرف بيجيك اوقات كتير اهل ومعهم ابنهم او بنتهم وهو بعد مش مقرر شو الاختصاص يلي بده يدرسوه، او حتى الدوله يلي ممكن يروح يكمل فيها دراسته. قديش انتم كشركه ايجك عم تلعبوا دور على مستوى التوجيه المهني؟
لحسن حظ شركة آيجك، يعني بديش أنا أفتخر بنفسي، أنا خريج بكالوريوس وماستر علم نفس، وكان لي شغل طويل
ايوه،
مع وزارة التربية الأردنية بحيث أن أنا أكون
انا
مرشد
ساحتاج
تربوي.
لجلسة خاصة استاذ محمد.
أبدا، لتحسين التحصيل للطلاب. فمثل ما تفضلت، لما بيجي الطالب يكون فريش جراديويت خريج توجيهي، بكون الأهل كونفيوزد مشوشين، والطالب كونفيوزد مشوش وين بده يروح. انا بحطه على التراكنج الصحيح بناء على الباك جراوند تاعه، بناء على الانجليش لانجويج ابيليتي تاعته، وبناء على الوضع المادي تاعه. فبالتالي انا بعطيه الخيار
جميل.
الصحيح حتى ينتقل الى مرحله اعلى ويتوفق في مستقبله.
بارك الله بجهودكم. شكرا على المجهود اللي عم تعملوه. شكرا على وقتك استاذ محمد. حخليك ترجع على شغلك. خدنا من وقتك كثير، ونحن ان شاء الله للقاءات الثانيه خلال النهار. تحياتنا لك.
شكرا على هذا الوقت حبيبي، شكرا.
See you sir.
شكرا وزام.